Hey guys, Sean Savage, Streaker Marine. We're in another beautiful Cruisecraft 720 hardtop today, doing our final dealer commissioning before it goes to a repeat 720 owner. The reason why you'd be a repeat 720 owner is the advancements that we've had in this boat over the last few years have been really impressive. What I'm talking about, I'm certainly talking about Yamaha Helmmaster. So this is the new 350 horsepower. I'm excited to stretch its legs in a minute and see how much performance it has over the original 300. It's got the electric steering, it's got the Yamaha autopilot and the Yamaha joystick control. Been using those for a while. They're a really big advantage versus an original 720 owner. But this 350, I think, is going to be one of the big things that will set this boat apart. The next things we have is the integration we have now with Yamaha components with the Garmin electronics. This works really clean. This guy's certainly ticked all the options. We're going to go through some of the features of the boat. Then we'll stretch its legs with that 350 horsepower and see what kind of performance we're really dealing with. So we'll have a little look through. There is some things in this boat that we find quite unique and have been done exceptionally well from the factory. We'd love to show you through it. So we're going to start with the dash. Now, most commonly these days you see what we call our large dash. This is our factory standard dash. That's a 16-inch Garmin. It fits really nice. What I like about the standard dash is I've got a 16-inch Garmin. I've got my dual windscreen wipers. I've got my phone on charge just next to it, just there. That's charging as we speak. But I have good visibility. The bigger dash is taller as well, so it does restrict some of our windscreen visibility through there. So I do like this setup. While we're looking up here, we got the stress-free and the free fall option. We've got the Yamaha CL5 gauge. It's been out for a year or two now. I love that gauge. It's so easy to use. Gives me all the information I want. It's very easy to personalize and set up your way. I've got the zip weight trim tabs. So there, if you're new to the trim tab scene, quite typically we'll have two levers that will adjust. So while the boat's traveling, we'll adjust the trim tabs to balance the boat as evenly as possible, and that's port and starboard, and that's also the bow to stern, so we can adjust this to get the boat really nicely balanced. What the zip weights do, and also the Seakeeper rides in a more advanced version again, is they will adjust automatically from what they feel to keep the boat in the parameters of balance where we wish it to be. So what I mean by that sounds a bit advanced, but it means as the boat rolls to the left, these trim tabs will react by themselves to level the boat back out. The boat's doing a bit of a mono and starting a porpoise, they'll both drop down to level the boat out. So it makes boating a lot easier and simpler to do. Up here, we have our switch for our light bar. We've got a big light bar at the front there. We've got a VHF radio, which has AIS, the Fusion Apollo, which is our touchscreen, top of the range stereo, our headlight, red, white, off. We'll go inside the cabin. We've got the toilet. It's an electric toilet. It's a big advantage for a trailer boat. It's not a holding tank and it's not a removable tank. It's a pump in, pump out with a macerator pump. So privacy wise, got this door that's so unique to Cruisecraft. I'll close it properly and do the door justice. It's one thing that when you sell these boats for a long time, you don't realize how good you got it until you look at some of the other products on the market. That dash layout, binnacle control, joystick, that beautiful helm with that lockable door is a real credit to Cruisecraft. Most people are running those Teflon bifold doors. They're very simple and they're sort of a bit antiquated now, but what we deal with Cruisecraft is the absolute polar opposite. Same with the toilets. We love a electric toilet, very easy to use. Got a Sirocco fan up the top there to get that fresh air through there, and some Garmin electronics. It's got a GSD down there, which is our sonar module, the MSC10 I think that's called, which is like a big expansion port for all the electronics we have in this boat here. You can see when we talk electronics, as we look back here, we've got the 8412 Garmin that's inside the bait board there. So when we're sitting backwards, this is where we're looking. How good's that for a view? Beautiful table, it's removable. The blue LED lights that are matched in that side door there. The C-deck flooring, the 6-in-1 removable rod racks. The rear lounge over here, I'll do that with one hand. I always find if I can hold the camera and do something, that's pretty cool. Now before I do it, look at this door. Perspex lid, so well marked. All my fuses, my battery system. You don't have to try and get your arm through this tight little hole and try and work out what you've done with the batteries. It's so visible, it's waterproof, it's locked, and it looks pretty. Typical cruise craft. Open this up. Now look at this. This customer's double option. So he's asked for the inspection port doors, what we call the offshore transom, and the rear lounge. It's normally one or the other, but he went for both. As I said, he's had cruise crafts before. He knows what he wants. Boom, boom. One hand, easy as that. So neat. So when you're not using the rear lounge, it's hidden away. It's very, very easy to disguise. But when we've got the family on board, we've got the rear lounge, got the table, got the eskies that have the cushions, got a fridge freezer on this side there, both 110 litres. One's an esky made out of fiberglass, the other one's a fridge freezer. So let's look in the fridge freezer. You can see in here, so well thought out. And then we have anything that's powered from the back here is at the back. So we'll turn on our deck wash and our bait tanks, etc. We're fishing, we're using bait, it's a bit smelly. We push this button right here with our knee and water's gonna come out the side here. We'll show you that in a moment. It's so well thought out. 350 horsepower Yamaha, integrated electric steering, maximum horsepower, beautiful and pearl white. I think we're at the stage now we're going to kick this thing in the guts and have it a good go at it. Looking up here, FLIR night vision camera, LED spotlights. We can see this shade extension. For your cruise craft followers, this is not that exciting, but for your family boaters that haven't seen this before and your fishermen, you're really going to appreciate what this does. We have two thumb screws either side. Swap hands. There we go. And all we have to do is pull it from the center and we have a huge amount of shade that extends from the hardtop that doesn't restrict down to the decks, so it doesn't affect any of our fishing. So it's not restricting where our rods go, it's just pure shade. Integrates straight back into the hardtop. So easy to do. We have our Relax Black Edition 450 outrigger bases, the black windscreen frame. This looks unreal. We'll get up on the top here. A Garmin Phantom radar, FLIR night vision camera, solar through the forward hardtop here, and then the big light bar at the front there as well. So with this, use the space so well. Light bar, solar, radar, rocket launcher, spotlights, night vision. Not just night vision, it's thermal imaging as well. Best camera you can get on the market. I've tried them all. If you watch our videos, you would have seen it. I can't knock these things. So I haven't tried it yet. Let's go vessel video. Here we are. That there, that red area is the line of sight of where we're looking versus where the boat is. And this is level. So if we go down, we can see that is our solar sheet. That is our light bar at the front there. We can move around. It's the middle of the day, or sort of sunset now. This is thermal imaging. If it's temperature, it'll come up as a color. So it doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. or it's 2 p.m. You're gonna see anything that's in a line of sight. It's a real advantage. So what we're gonna do is just get the boat up on the plane. We're gonna go back to these zip wakes for a second. So you can see here, those percentages that say 100 and 100. That means the interceptors, which are the, if you Google zip wake trim tabs, they're the two plates that go down, are 100% down right now. As I accelerate, you'll see them start to work their magic. They're adjusting to keep the boat in the balance parameters that we've chosen from the factory. So they'll just keep making small adjustments instead of me making adjustments to keep us level. We're doing 3,400 RPM, 43 kilometers an hour. It's a beautiful day, but it actually is slightly swelly. What are we doing? We're doing 33 liters an hour. So this is a really nice cruising pace. We might just have a little venture around and have a look around. You know, if you're sitting in the rear lounge here, you don't have that wind draft. It's comfortable. It's a beautiful view. The view of the boat's almost better than the view over here, maybe. That 350 horsepower is just singing like a bird. You know, we're only half throttle at the moment, so we're going to open it up a little bit more. We're going to change the camera a little bit, go back to our map. Boom. Let's swap hands with the camera. All right, so we're going to go straight into the little shop here. We're going to go to 4,500 RPM, so we'll jump up in thousands. Let's have a look. So actually we'll go this way because we'll get the exact same performance. We won't disadvantage anything. So let's have a look for it. Oh yeah, look at that. The power between 3,500 and 4,500 is noticeable between the 350 and the 300. So we're doing 4,600 RPM. We're now doing 66 kilometers an hour, 63 liters an hour. Those trim tabs are basically up because of the performance of the boat. Trim's about right. We're this sort of trimmed up about 4 to 5 bars. Boat's very, very happy. We'll go to 5.5 now. Yeah, the power's really impressive. So that's 5.5. We're doing 78 kilometers an hour, 114 liters an hour, 81 now. Singing like a bird. So let's have a little look around. Let's drop the hammer. We should be pretty close. We're doing 5,800 RPM. Yeah, we're doing 85 kilometers an hour. The boat's just so comfortable. You know, like right now it is no more than 7 degrees in Melbourne. I've only got a jumper on. I've got no wind draft. I'm comfortable. I'm turning the boat in pretty hard now. So I'm going to tuck down the trim, 4,000 RPM, hard rate of turn. Cabin doors closed. Let's have a look. No cavitation, no broaching, very, very predictable, easy to drive. It makes any boat handler look extremely good in this thing because the boats are well balanced. One of the only things you really ask for out of a boat is good balance, and this certainly has that in spades. Let's set up the heading hold. Autopilot's on. 3,500 RPM, 33 liters an hour. You point and shoot. You tell it to go straight at 88 degrees, and that's just what's going to happen until you turn it off. Boat's happy. If it is a hot day, I have these big sliding windows. Close them back up. I really can't fault the boat. They've been building these 720s for a while now. As you would know if you're a cruise craft fan, the 770 is on its way. But gee whiz, this thing's really hard to beat. So if you have any questions regarding cruise craft product or you'd like to know any more on any of their ranges, we'd love to help. We're at Streaker Marine, which is in Melbourne, Victoria. We know what we're talking about. We love the products and would love to help you with your future boating. But thank you for watching.